Alright YouTube, and welcome back to Fernvalley Farm's YouTube channel. If this is your first time at the channel, on the channel, my name is Vince, and welcome. You want to see beekeeping videos, this is the place you came. Alright, so anyway, we're going to do another hive inspection here. We are going to inspect, I believe it's number 3, right here. Here, a quick little history on this hive. That hive was a split last year, it wasn't doing really well, I requeened it, it was doing okay. You know, then all of a sudden I came out here one day, I forget, I think it was like June, probably ended June. And it wasn't doing that good, but it was starting to build on the bottom. But it wasn't building the way I liked it, as much as I thought. So instead of putting a deep on, because in my mind I thought, well, I ain't got enough time for them to build that out as far as nice weather goes. Well, fall stayed around really long last year, which was really nice. But what I did is I put a super on instead. Instead of putting a deep on, I put a super. So it was smaller, a little bit less room, but there was room for the queen to expand, blah, blah, blah. So what I did is in the spring here, when I did the apivar strips, I pulled the super off. There was a little bit of honey stored, but not much. They really weren't doing a whole lot. But since it's early spring, I threw a deep box on there, and we're gonna let it see what it does. I think, if I remember right, I did see the queen, so I'm gonna go ahead and check if I can see her. But we're gonna open this up. We're gonna see what they're doing in here as far as this hive goes. So you can see I got the feeder on still. I might just take that off, depending on what it looks like inside there. I might just pull the feeder off if they're not drinking it, because the pollen flow has started. The nectar flow is going to be coming in here pretty quick, so I'm going to just probably pull that off. They're still syruping. They're really not even touching it. You can kind of see. I mean, they're really not even touching it. So, which tells me they're good. So we're going to see how big this hive has gotten since in reality it probably hasn't done a whole lot because it's been so cold. But now things are starting to change finally. Well, they like the pollen patties. Just be careful when you take your inner cover off, you don't drop it. It really angers the bees. Ask me how I know. All right, girls. I'll put it back here a little while. I just sit right there. I almost hate to bother them. I almost kind of hate bothering them. It won't be that long. Let me just check this out here. These clusters have shifted a little bit from when I put the strips in. You always want to put your strips in pretty close to your clusters. Now they're drawing these frames out a little bit. Ain't doing nothing here. The 1-to-1 sugar syrup is good to help them draw out frames. So like I said, this deep was just put on back in this probably early April. If you don't want to get stung, don't put your finger on a bee. Ouch. Then they come after you. You get stung and they start coming after you. Whenever they sting somebody, then they smell it and they come right at you. So one little trick you could do, you could put smoke on your hands too, and that helps. not really a whole lot going on up here. I am going to shift the cluster to the middle here. Some of these frames right here. So I'm not too surprised that this hive isn't developing quicker, because I just, like I said, put this deep on. If this was going into winter, I would have never done that. Because the strip's kind of by the cluster. We'll see what's going on in the bottom. Out of the way, I don't want to smash anybody. I like breaking all my frames loose right away, then I can just grab them instead of just do one at a time quickly here. I don't like to be in here too long if I don't have to. Pollen. There's pollen in there. Some drone cell, there's larva. Okay. There's some cap brood. There's some larva right up on top. You can see it right there. Hopefully the camera focused in. It's not uncommon to see drone cells, especially now in the spring. We do need drones. There's cap brood here, and there's larva, which is good. So as far as this hive goes, when we get, I don't need to really worry about this one not having enough room, because up top there's really nothing. So she's got plenty of room to grow into this. So in about 2 weeks we'll come back here. There's a few eggs right there. I'm not looking too close to find her. If I see her, that's fine. The main thing is I see larvae, which I do. Blah, 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 right? But those are good blah, blahs. We want to see that. I got stung again, and now they're all going to come after me. I should wear my gloves. I hate wearing the gloves, too. I see a few drones here. So like I did above, I'm going to shift the cluster over just a little bit to the middle. This way they grow out evenly. Yeah, I don't know where she's at, but I don't care. I see eggs. That's all I care about. I'm going to shift all this over right to the middle. The empty frame on the outside. So this one, you know, one thing you want to always be cautious about in the spring is swarming. If they don't have enough room, they're going to say goodbye. This one here, we don't got to worry about that, because there's plenty of room up top. Like I said, There was a super on here all winter. I should clean these out. That's why when I build my own boxes too, I always leave a little bit extra space for these frames to shift. Well, you can see where the cluster is over there, so I'm going to do this. I'll put the frame that's got drawn comb closer to the bees, not out to the end. Oh, these things are dirty. Come on. Oh, really? There. Now I can put my apivar in, probably right here. You put these in, don't jam them down, let them just kind of fall on their own. They'll kind of work their way down. And this top box isn't very heavy, so obviously I'll remember that for next time. Pollen patties are back in. Make sure you put your upper end. Make sure when you put your inner cover on, that your upper entrance is facing the right way. Put it upside down and make sure it's facing the right way. You don't want to put it on upside down. I'll throw this feeder back on for now. I mean, the syrup is here if they want it. You gotta go back on. Get out of there, girls. I say if you put some smoke on yourself sometimes, that helps. Yeah, smoking yourself sometimes helps keep the bees off you. Alright, so that wasn't bad. Obviously that hive has got plenty of room. We don't need to worry about that one as far as need room to expand, because like I said, I took that super off. I should have just put the deep on. I had plenty of time, but in my mind, I'm like, I ain't got enough time for them to build that out. Let's just go with a super. It's half the room, and we'll see what happens. But, so it looks good. So you can see there's plenty of room up on top. The cluster looks good below. There's still not a whole lot of larvae, but like I said, it's been cold. Now it's going to be 70 degrees today, and of course we got thunderstorms coming. So I am going to strap everybody down. I'm going to tight out all these hives. They're saying maybe tornadoes. But I'm kind of blocked by all these trees here, which is kind of nice. So in the past, we've had bad stuff come by and it kind of goes over, so we're kind of blocked, but that's to say it can't happen. We had a storm one time and it was so bad, and I was standing in the kitchen, my daughter was like 2, and the sound outside was so bizarre, I'm like, oh my God. Then it got so quiet. It was just, you know, that tornado thing. I mean, just dead silence, and the sound was unbelievable. First thing as I did, and the power went out. So I grabbed a flashlight, I ran outside, and I made sure that the roof on this building was still there. I ran outside, it all just passed that fast, boom. So I ran outside with a flashlight, I'm like, oh good, I can see the roof still. And no, the power didn't go out, not that time, the power didn't go out, but I remember running outside and I just couldn't believe it, it was so bizarre. So anyways, I'm gonna strap all these guys down just in case. So, lesson learned here, like I said, this is just kind of how I do it. I'm not saying this is how you have to do this stuff. Plenty of room up on top, so we'll come back here in a couple of weeks. We'll come in here in a couple of weeks and we'll check them out and see what they're doing. Possibly split if there's a whole lot of larvae, if there's a lot of capped brood in there, then we're going to split them. I'm going to put them in some of these other hives. I'm going to requeen them. So go back and watch some of these other videos here on some of the different things that have happened out here in the course of the spring anyways. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. When you do subscribe, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. You'll get notified every time a video comes out. Thumbs up are always appreciated. Share the video with all your friends. Let everybody know if we're all beekeepers. We all help each other here. So, you know, I've got new friends all over the place now. We all share ideas, and anybody more new is welcome to the channels, to all our channels. And we all help each other. And don't ever hesitate to ask questions. So that's about it. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. All right, bye.